everybody. Happy Thanksgiving, even though it was a week ago, but we haven't had a show since Thanksgiving. So happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Welcome back to our last episode of Full Circle for season 1. Mariah, how do you feel? Are you sad? Are you happy?
I mean, we're renewed. I'm not that sad. I know that there's going to be a season 2.
We get a break, so I'm happy about that. Even though I do love hanging out with y'all every week. It'll be nice to have a little time to like recalibrate and reimagine what this show is going to look like in the future. But how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. I like Thanksgiving. It's a fun holiday. And I like that it feels like a really, 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 really long weekend. And I like eating. So no complaints about Thanksgiving here.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I kind of acted like Thanksgiving didn't happen because I was stuck in LA. Not stuck, but the flights to Florida were absolutely ridiculous. And I wasn't able to even stay that long. So me and Cannon just hung out in LA. And I watched everybody else be with their family and their plates and all of the things. So don't feel bad for me, guys. It was okay. I did have a little bit of a mental breakdown the night before Thanksgiving because I was kind of like, I should have went home. But I was like, whatever. It's just 24 hours. I'll get through it. And I got through it. And me and Cannon just enjoyed our day.
What'd you end up eating?
So I went to this restaurant that had like Thanksgiving food. And I went and got it. But it made my stomach hurt. Like, I don't know. The last like few Thanksgivings, and this has nothing to do with my other stomach problems. The last like few years, Thanksgiving food has just not sat well with me. And I don't know why. And I'm glad that food.
Well, because it's heavy.
It's so much. And you just want to eat so much of it. And that's exactly what I did.
Right.
And my stomach said, girl, you've been like eating really, really good the last like few weeks. What is this? So
I looked down at my plate and I was like, sweet potato, mac and cheese, like everything. I was like, this is a giant ball of carbs. The only vegetable I have is collard greens. I don't even know if that's healthy.
No. And then you eat it all together. Wait, do you let your food touch? Are you one of those that
100%? Oh my God, the mac and cheese and the sweet potato. Woo!
All together. All at one time. See,
all together.
It's too much. It's all
going to mix up in your stomach anyway.
It's a very gluttonous day now that I'm really thinking about it. Like, why are we eating that much? Like, it's not necessary.
I love it.
I love it too, but my stomach doesn't. But Thanksgiving was good. Guys, I wanted to take this episode. One, we're going to look back and reflect on the year. Outside of the pod, this is the first, this is our last episode until 2026. So this is kind of going to be like our reflection episode and like looking ahead, kind of. So I don't think that our listeners really know much about us, honestly. I think we just kind of like leapt right into the show and was like, okay, we're here to talk about basketball. So I want to use this time to like kind of give y'all an intro to like who we are, why we got into this space, motivators, like even for you, Mariah, like I feel like we don't really know like where Hoops for Hotties came from and all that kind of stuff, like your background at Georgia. So even me, I'm like interested to know like more about Mariah and what makes Mariah's brain work. Yeah.
I'm interested to know more about you too, Lexie.
I think a lot of people are. And I think like that's kind of been the disconnect a little bit is that a lot of the new fans of women's sports and then also women's basketball just got here like a few years ago. And I've pretty much not been very present in like on the court the last few years because I was dealing with my stuff. So yeah, I want to like use this platform to kind of, I don't think there's not like a narrative out about me, not that I know of, but like, I feel like there is a lot of assumptions and a lot of, who is this girl? Why is she always on a mic? Why is she never on the court? Like, there's just like a lot of misconceptions out there about me. And I'll take ownership of that because I am like a super private person, but I wasn't always like that, which I will get into later as to like what got me to where we are right now. But I wanted to start with you, Miss Girl, doing all of the things.
What?
Yep, you first. You first. I'm just listening.
Okay, so where do I even start? So I guess I'll start from college. So, because that's where like the interesting part of my story begins. But I went to Georgia, so I'm an SEC girl down. It's like the only sports fandom I really feel expressively passionate about. If you watch the show this season, you'll know I like am very fickle with all of my other teams. Like I'll be like, I'm rooting for the Dream, but like if they lose, it's not going to completely break my heart. No, if Georgia loses, I am like down bad. But I loved my experience there. I loved college. I love college. Like I know that there's a lot of misconceptions about college, especially with content creation being such a big thing and that being my full-time job now. Like people don't need college. I don't know how you feel about college, Lexie. I feel like we've talked about this on the show.
You need college.
I love college. You need college. Like,
is it super ridiculously expensive? Absolutely. But both things can be true.
Absolutely.
Both things can be true. I feel like college is very important.
I was on a scholarship though.
Period.
I wasn't an athlete, but I was on a scholarship.
Period.
That's actually why I chose Georgia. I never wanted to go there.
Really?
My whole life. Like, yeah, growing up in Atlanta and growing up in Georgia, I mean, from Georgia, like going to Georgia is, people want to go to Georgia. I mean, everybody at my school was like dreaming of getting into UGA. And as we got older, the harder it got to get into Georgia. And so when I got into Georgia, my mom actually worked in a counseling department in a high school, and she was like, "Read it again, sweetie." And I was like, "I got in, Mom. I can tell there's confetti." No.
Read it again with your finger.
I was like, yeah. And so once I figured out how much cheaper it was to go in-state and then I had scholarships with my grades, I was like, well, that's where I'm going. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to work in sports. And I knew playing at, like, I played volleyball. I knew playing volleyball at a super, super small school was not going to get me to the places that giving up volleyball and working in sports throughout college was going to get me. So at first I thought I was going to be Maria Taylor. I thought I was going to be Taylor Rooks. I thought I was going to be a traditional reporter. And they put you through all of that during school. And nothing was quite hitting for me. Like I was able to do it, but it's just a different world, like being a real reporter. Like you're running around the stadium and you're asking people questions they don't want to be asked at times that they don't want to be asked them. Like that was my least favorite thing about Sideline. Side note, and you know this as an athlete, like when I would have to, they would send us to high schools and we would act like a real sideline reporter for ESPN or whatever. And when I would have to like interview a coach before halftime in a game, it just really bothered me that he did not want to be talking to me. Like the whole time I'm like, why am I asking him this?
Right.
Like, this is silly to me. So the job didn't click for me. COVID hit. It really derailed all of my career plans because I wasn't able to make a broadcasting reel to send off to jobs because there was no sports. So I started making TikToks for fun and with no intention of it becoming a job, with no intention of creating a digital footprint that's out there forever. Like it was just for fun. And then I had my first viral video. It wasn't even of me. It was of my sister, of course. But I had my first viral video and I was like, holy shit, I can make this a job. So I became obsessed with making TikToks. And my first viral sports TikTok was about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his Supermax. And as the WNBA grew in popularity, I feel like I started talking about the WNBA honestly before it. Not to like pat myself on the back or sound like one of those reporters that are like, I've been talking about the WNBA.
You should. You absolutely should.
But I've been talking about the WNBA a minute.
Yeah, you have. I remember that's how we met. Online.
Yeah, literally.
She was talking about me.
I know.
Yeah, she was talking about me.
I was.
Yeah, I forgot. It was like one video and then another one was about my 2K person. But
yes, your 2K character.
That's how me and Mariah like met virtually. She was talking about
literally.
us. But again, like that's something that I've always even admired about your content. It's like Mariah has like word vomit, but like in the best way. Like the way you can just go on like so many different topics. I will sit and watch Mariah's videos like for like 10 minutes. Like if I haven't seen her in a while, I'll be like, what's she been on here talking about? And that girl be talking about anything.
About
football, basketball, Love Island, the white girls in the hair salons, like literally anything.
But it's like, sports fans are interested in so much more than just sports. Like, I'm a sports fan, but it's like, if I'm keeping it a buck with y'all, I'm not watching only sports every single night. I always got a game on my phone,
Right.
but like, if the Dancing with the Stars finale is on, I'm like, I gotta put this Lakers game with LeBron coming back on my phone. I gotta put this game on my phone.
Or
like,
follow
you know,
it.
like, we're not.
I'd be following the little box score things.
Nobody. And that's my thing with sports fans, not even to go here, but it's so funny how comments and stuff will come at us or come at other people like we're not paying attention or we're casuals, or like everybody's trying to do the I know more than you Olympics with sports. And it's so funny because it's like, I genuinely don't know a single sports fan that is like, that knows everything.
And if you are that sports fan, you're insufferable as a person to watch sports with. Like, did you know that this, or he's not that, or she's this, but this one's like, shut up. Like, and I feel like you said it perfectly. Like, sports fans are like so interesting. And I really think that sports is like one of the last like forms of entertainment that's like quote unquote real. Like, yes, you have like your influencers and stuff, but like even a lot of that is not real. It's it's edited. It's usually only positive, which I think is great. Like, I don't know why people are always upset that people only post positivity. Like, I don't want y'all to see my L's in public, but that's what athletes are. All y'all do is see us fail in real time.
That's a great point.
In real time. Y'all are seeing, I'll use myself as an example. The whole women's basketball community saw me earn a starting spot, get sick, earn it back, lose it, get traded, and then become a bench writer in a span of 2 years. And like, you just have to sit in that and exist in that and grow in it and be gracious through it. But I'm like, everyone is so critical. So critical. And for me, I wanted to use this platform for both of us to inform and bring together, you know, the basketball community, the women's sports community. But I think the way that we've been doing it, for me, I'm not going to say it's been wrong. I think it was needed. It was necessary to just kind of see what everything was like and how they were going to engage with it, to make it like more digestible. But for me personally, I don't think my contribution to women's basketball is going to be providing analysis and coverage. Like, it's not bringing me joy. All people want to do is argue. I'm not here to like throw opinions out. I really just want to talk about shit that's on my mind, that's on my spirit. Like, that's all I really wanted to do on this show. And I think it turned into something different because of my particular circumstance in Seattle. And I was fine. It was, again, like I said, it was something that I needed personally. But, you know, going into season 2, I definitely want to take a page more out of your book, Mariah. And we can really just like talk about things. Like, obviously, we're going to talk about basketball because that's what the show is. But there's so many other amazing things going on. There's so many other amazing women in sports. I've noticed that a lot of women's sports fans in particular are very interested in the lore, in the background, and just like what we're interested in outside of basketball, just the X's and O's. I'm very excited to share that with y'all because I have a lot of thoughts. I have a lot of different thoughts. And honestly, I don't need a microphone to show my basketball IQ. I can go play basketball and do it there. So there are plenty of creators. There's ESPN still exists. If y'all really want to get into the nitty gritty of analytics, stats, who going MVP, who gonna do that, who gonna do that, there are plenty of places for y'all to find it. But for me, I just, the opinions, the clipping, the rage, like, it's not for us. I don't like it. I don't want to do that anymore. And yeah, I don't know. I've just been able to sit in my thoughts a lot the last like few weeks. So, I mean, there is going to be like a reimagining of the show, which I'm excited about. But women's sports, women's basketball is still going to be the core of it. But yeah, I mean, we had the interviews, and I think those have been my favorite episodes, our interviews.
I love them too.
Where we can just talk. So I definitely want to have more of those as well. But the broadcasting, the interviewing about the game, and like it doesn't like hit. Like you said, I agree with you. Like I kind of am being transparent. Like I was trying to figure out what I was going to do after I was done playing because I thought that my days were numbered playing basketball like the last few years. And this last summer was really, really, really hard. And I really thought, like, I had lots of thoughts of like, damn, like, this might be it. Like, maybe I'm not like good enough to play anymore. Maybe I do need to start pivoting. But getting out of Seattle and away from that situation and then seeing the changes that have been being made in the organization, you know, it's made me feel like better about me as a player. And I'm back in the gym now. I'm playing again. And I'm just kind of like, oh, no, girl, you got lots of years left. So I want to use this platform and make it like about us more. You know, I feel like we talk about everybody else a lot, which is cool sometimes, but it's like, this is our show. This is our shit.
And women's sports is the exact, like it's encompassing our connection and how we know each other. It's encompassing our careers. Women's sports is literally everything. It's my day-to-day. I am a woman in sports and you are a woman in sports. So it's really ingrained in who we are. I would love for you to talk a little bit about your college experience because I think people need to understand the evolution.
Yeah. It's crazy because I really do feel like my college career in totality has been downplayed so much for whatever reason. I have no idea why. But I mean, that's like a mirror of like my pro career as well. Like I'll do something. Everyone's like, whatever. Like, okay, cool. Let's move on. So, you know, I started at Maryland and I committed to Maryland when I was 14. I was a freshman in high school. I knew where I wanted to go. Christy Tolliver was my favorite player. She went to Maryland. She played like Steph Curry before Steph Curry was playing like Steph Curry. Like she was like my everything. So I wanted to go to Maryland. I went to their elite camp, played really well, had a meeting with Brenda Freeze, and they were like, yeah, like you're only like 14. So we're going to like hold off on, you know, the scholarship, but like we're interested. And I was like, okay, cool. I'll wait. I don't care. So we go back to Atlanta, me and my dad. And the next day they call and they're like, no, like we want to offer her now. So I accepted the scholarship at 14. And I didn't do any of the recruiting. I wasn't on visits. I wasn't on the phone with 10 coaches. Like it was over when I was 14. So I was like, I'm going to get to Maryland and I'm going to play immediately. Like that was the next goal. So I get to Maryland and I get there in the summer. I'm there all summer. I'm playing really well. First game comes, not starting. And I'm like, what? Why am I not starting? Like, what the hell? So coach says, oh, you know, I had a meeting. Mind you, it was all seniors starting, right? So, okay, whatever. I'm a freshman. Coach says, you know, we had a meeting with the seniors and they don't think that you're ready to start yet. And I was like, oh, you let the players decide that? Okay, whatever. So
of course they're going to say that.
So a few games pass, blah, 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 blah. Then I finally get to start. We get to the Final Four. Cool, whatever. Next year, all those seniors leave, obviously. Mind you, a freshman leading a group of seniors to the Final Four. Not saying I was the leader of the team. Alyssa Thomas was the leader of our team. But I was a point guard. So I had the ball a lot. If I fast forward to like now, like how big of a deal that would be. Like I'm 18. These are all 22, 23-year-olds. And I'm playing, helping them get to a Final Four. So, which they hadn't been to a Final Four since they had won, I don't think, with Christy Tolliver. So for me, like, I'm like, oh, this is the divine intervention. Like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Next year, they all leave. Now we're super young. Go to switch conferences to the Big Ten. 18-0 in Big Ten. Win the tournament. Like, I win tournament MVP. number 1 seed after everyone thought we were going to suck because all the seniors left. Get to another Final Four. Like, okay, we're at the end of season 2, year 2. All of the assistant coaches are now gone. All of the coaches that recruited me are now gone. So this like cycle of coaches moving on, getting fired, like I've been dealing with this for a lot of years. And the most secure I have ever felt with myself and as a player was when I was at Duke. And I haven't felt that camaraderie, that support, that like relaxed feeling like since I left Durham. So the decision to transfer to Duke was hard. I had to sit out a year, but like best decision I've ever made in my life was to go to Duke. So I ended up studying sociology. At Maryland, I was in the business school. Like I was trying to be in finance and stuff. Transferred over. All the credits ended up being like sociology. And I wanted to get 2 degrees. So I was like, let me just stay in the sociology route. Did the sociology thing. Finished with a master's in my 5th year with a few of my teammates, one of our managers. We all did it together. Very hard, but it was worth it.
Congrats!
Thanks. And then I was like, if anybody knows me, like I've always been like a social media person. Like growing up, my parents always had their cameras out. We have so many photo albums just full of pictures of me when I was a baby, of my parents when they were younger with their friends and their family members. Like, this is just something that I've always just had a camera in my face. Like, so, you know, I had a Facebook, I had a MySpace, I had all of the things. So I'm always taking pictures. I'm always on the internet, blah, 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 blah. And then my senior year at Duke was the first time like I started to notice like what social media was like shifting into, you know. I don't know if you've seen the page Beautiful Ballers. Like that page was like blowing up. Like, so that was like really, I will shout out to Beautiful Ballers because they've been rocking with me since I was at Maryland. Like that was like the ocean. If you was on Beautiful Ballers, you was one of them. You know, so I've been rocking with Beautiful Ballers since 2013, 2014. Like they are like, to this day, I still have no idea who runs that page. But like, they've always been super supportive of the Beautiful Ballers, like all shapes and sizes, right? So that was when I first was like, oh, like social media, it's not just to like talk to my friends. I can do other stuff, right? So Duke was really the first college program that like poured into their social media presence. And Selena, who now works at USC as their general manager, I want to say, like, it's so funny. Like she was like our social media girl. Now she's like general manager of like one of the powerhouses in college women's basketball, like as far as off-court stuff. Like, so she saw the vision. It's like she saw the vision and now like she's doing it like humongous. They gave me a YouTube channel. They helped me set up my YouTube channel. They helped me edit a video for drafts. They helped us edit a video for when me and my teammate went to the 3-point shootout. And then I started making my own videos from there. But that was because they helped me start like the vlogging and stuff. So that's where that came from.
That's cool that was encouraged.
Yeah, like they saw the vision and it was really cool. And I remember even in my rookie year, I went back to Duke during All-Star break because I was miserable. So I had to go back and see my friends. And I think like that same weekend, I like hit 100K on Instagram or some shit. And like, we were so excited. Like we were like, oh my God. I got a blue check. That's what it was. I got my blue check and then I hit 100K. Like the next year, right? So it was like still like growing and growing and growing, but I get to the league and I'm still making my YouTube videos, but I was just getting just bad vibes about it, right? Slick comments. Nobody was like asking me about it. Some of my teammates were like good sports about it. They would be in some of my videos. Like y'all can go see. All the videos are still on my YouTube now, but for the most part, like the response and the conversations were like very negative. So I was just kind of like, I'm just like being myself. I'm just trying to entertain myself. Like I'm still just trying to stay busy and out the way. And I happen to just have a camera. Like I bought myself a vlogging camera and everything. I still have it to this day. Like I still have the same camera. And then it was just like, just a lot of negativity just continued to be like thrown my way as far as like social media and the pictures and posting and all that kind of stuff. So again, the crazy thing about it is like no one ever said it to like my face. Like I always would hear it from someone else, or I would hear it like later on or something like that. So I feel like after COVID, which was the year I got cut, that's kind of when I don't like to say I quit the vlogging, but like I just stopped vlogging because I was just like, people keep throwing this back in my face and I don't understand why, because I'm still showing up every day and doing my job. I'm still working really hard. I like documented like my whole off season, the year I got waived and before camp even started. So like it was that was like a gut punch to me was, okay, y'all said that, oh, she doesn't show basketball enough. Oh, she doesn't show herself in the gym enough. And I spent the whole off season doing just that. And I got cut anyway. Before I even got to camp, like y'all didn't even see what I was working on.
Do you think that that the social media stuff had something to do with you getting cut?
To be honest, to this day, Mariah, I have no idea why I got waived from the Lynx. No idea. And it's in the past now. Like, I don't really, you might think like I feel a way about it. Like, I don't feel a way about it, but it's still kind of like, what the fuck? Like, how you get fired on your day off? That's how I felt. That's literally how I felt. And it was disappointing because I was working my ass off in that off season. Like, I felt so good. So for me to have that happen after like spending a lot of time and money away from my family, like I was in Florida training, like my family was in Atlanta still. Like I went to Miami and was training. And for it to just be like, whatever, no conversation, like nothing. Like it was just so strange. And I was just like, is this what being a pro athlete is? Like constantly having to like make sure everything's good. And if it's not, they're not going to tell you. They're just going to cut you. And that's the reality for so many players in the league across all sports, but definitely ours because of the lack of protected contracts. But there was like a shift that happened in me in 2021. Even though I ended up winning a championship in Chicago, like that ended up being a huge blessing. But there was like a shift in me as far as being so transparent and open and vulnerable. And I kind of like closed myself off a little bit. And that I can't say that was wrong or right, but in hindsight, do I wish I didn't? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't really know because things still haven't been like the walk in the park. Like, I have yet to have a season that's just like, I can just play basketball and not worry about anything else. And again, I don't know if this experience is just like, it's not just my experience. I just am more vocal about it than I feel like some other players are. But at the end of the day, like I really love basketball. I really love hoop. I really love being in the gym. And there's a reason why I've been in the league for now. It's going to be 9 years. Like that's not on accident. It's very hard to do to stay in any job for 9 years.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, I want to go back to Lexie before she got jaded by being a professional athlete. Like, I really want to go back to that because she's fun. She's fun. She's funny. You know, she doesn't really care. She's like just authentic, which is another reason why I don't think it's going to be hard is because I've never really changed myself. I just have shown less of it to the masses, you know, not like I'm saying, I'll be like, here's my business, everybody, look at my business. Like, I'm not going to be doing that, but Like, yeah.
But I also think that it will help you get a little bit of that spark back that you had at Duke, where you felt like you were connecting on the floor and with your teammates and just generally to basketball and to yourself in that way, because you were being so open and having fun and you felt like people were pouring into you. Like they were like, Lexie, please vlog. And then you get to the W and they're like, Lexie,
put that shit away.
Why are you vlogging?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like now, if you kind of bring back that era of creating content that feels true to you and being yourself to your audience a little more, you might start feeling more connected again, to where it's less like, because you feel more. I get a lot of hate on the internet, okay? A lot.
I know you do.
I get hate on the internet every single day.
You sure do.
And I literally do not care. Like, and it sounds so crazy. Like, there's been moments where I care, but I feel like I care more about getting internet hate when I'm like trying to do something that isn't supernatural to me than I do if I'm like
just being
really
yourself.
being myself and being honest. Like, oh my gosh, like this is so out of left field, but I made a video about Wicked the other day, and I was basically like,
oh God,
people need to like leave.
First of all, can we pivot? Yeah. Finish your thought, because I have something to say about the discourse surrounding that damn movie. Like, it's out of control.
Okay. My thought is, and this honestly goes, I actually have a women's sports connection to this. I saw Wicked last week, and I also saw a photo of Angel Reese. It's always her, but Angel Reese walking into a Magic game in leggings. And all the comments and like all these quote tweets were all like, I need to get off that app, but you feel me. Everybody, the conversation was, she got a BBL, she got her hips filled out, blah, blah, blah. I saw Wicked. The whole conversation of the movie is, they're so skinny, get them a burger. Oh my God, ew. I was so grossed out by them the whole time. And my thing about that is, number one, when I see a beautiful and accomplished and talented woman, no matter what her body looks like, it just doesn't really register or occur to me. It's like, I feel the same way kind of about sexuality. Like, I don't look at somebody and I'm like, are they gay or straight? Like, I don't really care. And so what somebody's body looks like has no effect on me, like at all. And so to see such a beautiful movie like Wicked, and for the world to know Ariana Grande has been through a hard time, for the world to know Angel Reese gets shit on all the time, like for the conversation to be, especially as a woman, like, haha, you're skinny. Oh my God, you got a BBL. Like, that annoys me. I don't feel like we should be commenting on anybody's body in that way.
But at least not publicly. Just some of the things that people are so comfortable commenting and saying. And I'm glad that you made the connection to like a woman athlete, because it's like the fandom has turned into something strange. And that's like across the board though. So that is like another reason why I'm kind of like just removing myself from all of that. And I want to let the people do what they do, because everyone's entitled to their opinion. Everyone's entitled to sit online and argue with strangers all day if they want to. Everyone's entitled to talk about things that have nothing to do with them. Go ahead, do it. But I'm bowing out. The conversation surrounding Wicked, first of all, I went and saw the Broadway show when I was a kid. I know all the songs.
I did too.
I know all the songs, word for word. I love the play. I love the movies. I'm like, I love The Wizard of Oz. Like, The Wiz, Return to Oz.
Yes.
The whole Wizard of Oz, anything made of Wizard of Oz,
the whole
I've
world.
seen it. I've dressed up as Dorothy. I was just the Scarecrow this year for Halloween. Like, I am in the Wizard of Oz universe, guys, okay? The way people are just like, first of all, people are like, oh, I've never seen, first of all, I hate when people start, well, I've never seen this. Well, I haven't seen it yet. Oh, I've never seen The Wizard of Oz. Oh, I've never seen the play. So why are you saying anything at all? And then how are you going to tell the people, the women and men getting paid lots of money to do this, how to do it? When you have been in 0 films, 0 Broadway shows, like made 0 albums, you're not 1 letter away from an EGOT. What are we talking about? What are we doing? I feel the same way about sports fans. You have not logged a single minute on a court professionally, right? You've never worked out 3-4 hours a day. Like, you've never won a championship. You've never been part of a championship. You've never done any of these things. And you're going to sit around and tell all of us how we can do it better. No.
But also when athletes tell you about their experience or they have analysis about their sport, or it comes to mind, for example, like you talking to you and Andrea about basketball. Like both of you have played and have credentials, and why you're speaking about these things. Like Andrea goes up there and she's analyzing basketball the way she is because she played basketball and she knows basketball. And you have somebody like Cam Newton comes to mind. Like he goes on there and he's talking about all the other quarterbacks. Yeah, Cam Newton gets to go up there and talk about quarterbacks however he wants. And I might have my own opinion on watching sports based on me being a fan and me watching. But I am not going to argue with Lexie and Andrea about the scheme a team needs to be running and what they need to be doing and the defense they need to be. I'm not going to argue with them about that.
Right.
Nor am I going to tell them, no, you're wrong. You guys should have said this, because I don't know like they know.
Right.
And I'm humble enough that I can sit and listen and be like, oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. And on the wicked point, I'm like, my main thing outside of just talking about their bodies, which I thought was gross and distasteful, and you guys are weird, especially since there are people who are underweight that probably see those comments that like can't help it and are like, oh, so my body's gross. Like, I just think that that's so weird. But second of all, like you mentioned people getting paid a lot of money to make that film, right? And us telling them how to do their jobs. I keep seeing people talking about like the makeup. Like people are like, I hated Ariana's strip lashes. What kind of lashes do you think they have in Oz? It's Oz. It's Oz.
Like,
what did you want her in? A 30-inch bust down by what's his name? By Arrogant Tay?
Like, what are we doing? Like at the end of the day, like it's fantasy. Like there are some things that you guys just have to simply use your imagination with. Like, and I know in the world of AI and everything is whatever on the internet, like the internet is not real. It's not a real place. So we go watch these films and we go watch these sporting events. These are real people doing real shit with real emotions and real reactions and real hard fucking work to make these things happen. So just the over criticizing, like it's exhausting. Like it's wicked.
It's a lot harder to make a 3-hour film that has been anticipated for the last 15 years than it is to make a 2-minute TikTok about why you didn't like it. Like these are literal professionals.
And again, nobody asked you. Nobody asked. And again, I'm taking my own advice here, guys. Nobody asked me to be the mouthpiece for promoting women's basketball. I will own that. No one asked me to do it. I thought that it was something that I wanted to do. No. I want to tell story. I want to be a storyteller, right? I don't want to be an analyst. I don't want to regurgitate facts and numbers. I want to tell stories. I want to make people feel comfortable coming on this show and be able to talk about whatever they want to talk about. If we bring on a guest and they don't want to talk about basketball at all, we're not going to allow that. We're gonna sneak it in there somewhere. But we go sneak it in there somewhere. But
I was like, wait, I'm not following.
We're gonna sneak it in there somewhere. But I just want to be able to talk freely about all types of things that have to do with sports, because being a woman, you have a lens. Being a woman in sports, you have a different lens. And I feel like culturally, like women's sports is like at the center right now of so many things going on. Women's sports in general, but definitely women's sports, especially in the last few years. And I feel like there's just so many things that we can discuss and talk about.
Well, also, I feel like women, not to be, the friend that's too woke, but I feel like women get boxed into a box in a role in a way that men don't, especially in this space. For example, when Lexie brought up to me the changes she wants to make to the format of the show, I was like, oh, this kind of sounds very similar to Nightcap with Ocho and Shannon Sharp, not literally Nightcap. But it reminded me of the fact that they're both former athletes. Shannon was an analyst on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Like they have all of these different hats they wear. And then they're on Nightcap. And I'll see clips on my TikTok of going viral of them talking about like the most random egregious, like insane stuff, while they're also debriefing the NFL games from last night. And it all just kind of weaves in, and that's kind of allowed. And I feel like the girlies don't really have a space like that. Like, yeah, we come on and we're like, oh my God, did you see that the CBA deadline got extended again, which actually happened and is crazy. But then we just talk about it and we like have a conversation. It doesn't have to be so like, everything doesn't have to have like a huge takeaway and a disclaimer and a this and a that.
Or a
like,
hot take at all. We're just talking. And then even being a current player still has presented certain challenges that you don't know that they're there until they appear. Not saying that like doing the show this summer was hard. It wasn't hard to do, especially the fact that I was not playing at all. It actually made it quite easy. But I don't foresee that being my situation moving forward. Like, I'm putting it in the universe now. Like, I will not deal with what I dealt with this past summer. Like, I just won't. But only because of how hard I've been working, not because I'm going to be like, no, put me in the game. No, I've been working my ass off. And I'm really excited for next season, if we have one. But like you said, Mariah, the league is playing. That's who's playing, not me, not us.
Oh God.
I cannot.
Wait, can we get a quick, we're almost at, like, we've been talking a long time, but I do need a quick little blurb from you about that. Cause what's going on?
The league is trifling, period. The end. I am actually, like, in our last meeting, when I was sitting on it, the CBA meeting, like, I audibly gasped multiple times. And I was in there typing like my little questions, like asking them a bunch of stuff. And the answers they were giving me, I was just kind of like, really, WNBA? Like, what are we doing? Like, what is going on? Like, just the lack of value that they continue to present to us is very problematic. And now we say we do finally reach an agreement. We still have all these conversations like in the back of our minds. Like, y'all can give us what we want eventually, but we're not going to forget what y'all presented to us at first. Like, this is what you value us as. This is what you see us as. These are the opportunities that you're presenting to us. We're not going to forget these conversations. And I hope that we're able to find a happy medium. But like I always have been saying, like, there's so many things that we haven't even gotten to yet. And I'm just saying that in being in the CBA meetings, the executive committee, their conversations, like, I don't really know much about those conversations, but the information that they're bringing to the masses and the CBA stuff, like, lots of work to do. And it's just been very disappointing as a player. And then as someone that does want to work in front office at some point, like that we have such opposing views and priorities. And we have work to do, which is why we extended it for 60 days. But again, we did that last time. So not to worry yet. Been here before. But this could change everything. Like, for the future, for now. And then it's just like, we just have more leverage than we've ever had. And it's not the reality for all players. Contrary to what some people do believe, like, it is normal that players play year round. Like, I think some of us actually enjoy playing year round. I mean, the NBA, they damn near play year round too. So it's not crazy that we play 8-9 months out of the year. The NBA is the same. They just get to stay here and do it. So that's not like abnormal at all. That was like, it's an expectation basically when you got out of college. Like, oh, you're going to be playing like most of the year. Or you will quickly learn that you will get left behind if you don't go play somewhere. So thankfully, Unrivaled, Athletes Unlimited, now Project B are giving people more opportunities to play year round and get compensated handsomely. You don't have to go off to Europe. You don't have to go play in a village in the middle of nowhere, unless you want to. I'm telling you, some players that actually really enjoy it, but we just have more leverage than we've ever had before. And that's with opportunities, sponsorships, brand deals, all of the stuff that we just didn't have, 5 years ago, 6 years ago? whenever the last CBA was, 2020. Yeah. So where we are as athletes, it's like night and day. And then it kind of seems like they're kind of using NIL to their advantage, because they're like looking at these players coming in and they're like, oh, they good. Like they got money. Like they don't need us to handle this. They don't need us for this. They don't need us for that. And we're like,
So do the men.
Right. And we're not going to let y'all use the top 1% of high earners of NIL, like help y'all with y'all's motives and negotiations. Like, yes, there are athletes in college that make a ton of money, but there's also a lot of athletes that don't. More athletes don't than do.
And the top 1% of NIL earners aren't even women. So that's like you're talking about the top 1% of like a demographic that is already being shown less appreciation than another demographic. So you're already pulling like a skewed amount. And then on top of that, if the top 1% NIL earners are college football players, right, and you think when they get to the NFL, they're like, no, that's not how that works.
Exactly. So we're not going for that. Clearly, we're not going for none of it. But I do want there to be a season. Like, I do want the WNBA to exist. I love playing the WNBA, despite the ups and downs of my career. I would not trade this job for any other job. So there's that. Very much love, hate.
I'm going to be sick if there's no WNBA season.
You,
like, bro.
What? I'm just going to be like, can I catch a break? Shit. But I think there's just too much momentum. There's too much at stake. The 2 new teams are coming. It would just be a humongous L if we don't have a season.
When is the expansion draft again? Like in a couple weeks, right?
I don't think we can have one until the CBA signed.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I'm saying, there's like so many things that have to be negotiated in the CBA. So I'm pretty sure the expansion draft falls under that umbrella of negotiated terms. So yeah. It's going to be interesting. It's a fight. I mean, Terry warned us when we opted out. She's like, y'all better be ready. Y'all better be ready to fight. And we're like, yeah, okay. No. She was not over-exaggerating one bit. Like, not even a little bit. I think she probably, like, could have said, be ready for a bloodbath or something. Like, I don't know. So we have a lot of work to do, but I'm excited for the strides that we have made. And then my dad just actually sent me an article about the proposal. And it's just so funny, like, how vague they keep it to where they're still making us look like wildly ungrateful and all these things. And we can't obviously say too much, but it's just really irritating how the negotiations are being reported on, because it's like 10% of the truth. Like, omission is still not the truth. So they're doing a lot of omitting over there. So that's kind of annoying, but they know what they're doing. Like I said last time, it's negotiations and they're being a little messy over there, but whatever. It is what it is.
Hopefully it all gets worked out, because this is too much.
But
okay, so before we do go, since it's our last episode of the season, I think we should both do like a new season, what's it called? Resolution for something that we want out of season 2.
Okay. You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Okay. My season 2 resolution will be, I mean, I said it earlier, for everyone to get to know me, understand me more. Whatever that looks like, through socials, through engagements, more live shows, just being more open. I feel like my experiences in the league has made me kind of closed off. I'll own that. And I just want to like work back to being the more open, carefree version of myself that I was when I first got into the league. And I think this is like the perfect place to do it. It's our platform. We get to do whatever we want with it. And I'm excited for this pivot. I think it's going to be great for both of us, but definitely for me, because this is our baby. And we work really hard to bring this show together. And I just want it to be, a place where I could just be myself without feeling censored or worried about what people are going to say, because it doesn't really matter. So yeah, that's my resolution.
I want us to be like the space that fans of women's sports and the girls come and they're like, they just have fun. Like, I want people to feel like they enjoy the show. It's super authentically us. Like, people want to come out to our live shows. Like, I really want to build up this audience that's like kind of obsessed with what we're building. You know what I mean? Like, I just want to build this ecosystem that's like super fun and authentically us, and like shows that sports, and that's been my whole career objective, but like sports doesn't have to be this dramatic thing. Like, it can be like just us talking,
just a kiki. So, like, everything is so serious. Like, I just want to like shits and gigs. Like, everything does not have to be a think piece. Everything doesn't have to be a hot take. Sometimes we could just be talking. And if Mariah thinks one thing and I think something else, cool. It's probably better that way, because it is actually boring if we do agree on every single thing. I mean, we usually do. But again, we have two very different perspectives, and we're both women in sports. And I think that I want to also do a better job of like getting your opinion on stuff and how you feel about things and things that you want to talk about, because I feel like we just hyper focused on WNBA through the summer, which I thought was amazing. But it made me realize that that's not my passion, is not to be a reporter, to regurgitate facts and stats and scores. Like, I don't want to do that. And I've been able to do that in a studio. I've been able to do it on a play-by-play, and I did it here. And I don't know how many more times I need to realize that it's not what I want to do. I want to just be able to be myself and talk freely about all the things, but also tie it into this huge ecosystem of women's sports, because it's a beautiful place. When you get into the right pocket of it, it's amazing, because I've seen the not so good pockets, and I can understand why people are like, no. But we want to make this a safe pocket, a fun pocket, a shits and gigs pocket, a one-stop shop for everything women's sports and culture. And I think that is going to be our pivot. And I'm really excited for season 2. I'm really excited.
Me too. Well, we will see you guys again next time. Next time we see you, it'll be season 2. Hopefully you guys enjoy this pivot that we're implementing, and we're going to miss you guys so much.
We are. Also, Lexie, go get your tickets for Athletes Unlimited. Get them now. Get them now.
Yep.
They're on sale. Nashville, Tennessee is going to be lit. So come support the girls. And Mariah will be there I don't know when, but she will be there.
I'll be there.
She'll be there. So thank you guys. Again, I do want to say thank y'all for rocking with us. This community that we've built is so special. I hope that y'all will continue to support us and tune in. Even with our little pivot, what we did this season in season 1 will always be very special to us. And I really appreciate y'all helping us grow, helping us learn about ourselves, and also spreading the gospel of women's sports, because women's sports is so important. So thank y'all. Season 1, that's a wrap. We will see y'all in 2026. Bye.
Bye.